Hi everyone. Excuse the sweat, getting a little workout in here. I pretty much just wanted to talk about these videos that I keep seeing of women, or actually it's basically men reacting to women, basically, you know, not wanting to be feminists anymore, or, being independent or whatever. You know, guys are pretty much, poking fun at them, basically saying, you know, because they may have put their career first, this and that, whatever. Now, this is coming from, a 40-year-old woman. I had 2 kids. I was a single mother. I was also supporting my mom since I was a teenager. She, took sick, or I was at a point where she needed to be taken care of or whatever. I've been financially supporting her up until when I was about 35 and, till when she passed away. And having kids, young is, let's just say, how society feels about that. You don't have education. You don't really even know what you want to do with your life, but yet you go ahead and bring this beautiful being into this world. Now, most of the times, a lot of us, and you hear me saying us, young women are misguided. We didn't have the right guidance or whatever. And that's just the truth. And you can't help that. And that, a lot of times, is the reason why a lot of us have kids young. Just because, but I must say that just because you can have kids young doesn't mean that you should. And I'm not trying to sit here and, talk trash even about myself or women like myself, because I'm not gonna lie, I've always had a job. Okay, I've always like my first job was the military, so I was always doing well for myself. Even having kids did not stop me from going to college, this and that. But my point is, we're all at different different times in our life. We're different people, okay? And if a lot of y'all women who are now saying, oh, I wish I would have did this, I wish I would have did that. First of all, I don't think that you have anything to cry about. I don't think that you have anything to feel sad about, because you tried to do things the right way. You tried to have yourself, you got yourself to a point where you were financially stable first. Okay, you got yourself to a point where you have your education, you have experience in this world. You are at a point where you don't have to grow up with your child. Okay, so, and it's like, when you have a woman, I personally think that, the people who are talking trash to you, I pretty much just think they're just silly, because let's just say, when you have young girls who are as low as 12 planning to have a baby, and you're not paying any bills, you have no money, no whatsoever, you'll have people talking trash about that. Oh, well, she needs to do this, she needs to do that with her life, she needs to get her life straight. Basically the same way that you are now. Okay? We are born into a society where it will have women thinking a certain way. And if this young lady or any young lady, or if you're not taught certain things, a lot of times you may develop a feminist way of thinking. Oh, I don't need a man, this and that, because of what you see all the time. But when you get out there into that world and you realize, first of all, this is how God made us. we're programmed to want to create a baby. We're programmed to want to want to be with somebody and to have somebody to share it with. And what's wrong with working hard and make sure you're stable, okay, before you have that, okay? That is your choice. We're all at different spiritual points in our lives, and if at the time that's the way you wanted to live your life, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You have not hit a wall just because you're in your 50s or even early 40s or after 30. You know, it's like, don't allow, society to tell you who you are and where you are in your life. Because it seems to me that no matter what decision you make, people are going to talk trash. Okay? And I think that older women, just accept that in your life. Just don't beat yourself up about it, because that's where you were at a certain point in your life. And every couple years we change. Who you was 20 years ago, you are not, it's not even close to who you are right now. Okay? And you hear society saying that, oh, well, y'all independent women, y'all think y'all this, or y'all think y'all too good for this type of man, or something like that. Okay? And they try to convince you to date down. Okay? First of all, I definitely don't think that a woman who has it together, got her house, her car, whatever, her career, her money in her pocket, I don't think that, because there are some women who do kind of look down on other people, or look down on men, or just got to keep throwing it up in his face, whatever, like that. There's even a reality show right now where the girl, kind of keeps throwing her accomplishments in the dude's face. And regardless of who you are, that's not okay. Okay? But you have a lot of people say, oh, you need to date down, you need to do this. Well, you know what? What happens when you date down? When you wind up sometimes coming across somebody who's trying to use you. A lot of times it's like, if y'all are not, it's not about really being on the same financial level. It's about mentality. Okay? It's not about that, because let's just say you get with a guy who is not so progressive, or who don't make a lot of money, this and that. First of all, a woman who plans ahead and just, is constantly thinking, who's trying to avoid certain situations, is going to get out there and put in these extra hours to do this, to keep from being in a certain situation. So let's just say she was to lose everything. She's going to have the mentality, okay, I'm going to get out there and grind. I'm going to get out there and do this and then do that. If she was to be with someone who is not on her level mentally, he's going to be the same non-progressive or unprogressive, or however you say that word, that he was in the beginning. Okay? I think that there's nothing wrong with, dating somebody, I think if you have a connection with something, that's fine, but y'all have to be here on other levels too. Okay? It's not just about financial. It's like it could be the way that he think. Okay? I was watching, I don't know if it was Ayanla, but she had asked somebody, would you date a bus driver? And some girls would say no. Look, let me tell you something. Regardless of where I am, I probably would date a bus driver. You know why? Because my dad drove a bus. And he also had his own other business on the side. Other businesses. So just because you're working 9 to 5, people like myself, I'm always thinking of the future, stuff like that. A 9 to 5 to an entrepreneur is a steady income, which is a good idea. Okay? And long story short, you made a decision in your life to not have kids at a certain point. You made a decision in your life to not get married at this point, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay? But if you changed and you decide, okay, this is something that I want, don't let people make you feel bad. Okay? Because we all change. And I'll give you a prime example, because men do it all the time. You can have a guy who is a straight up hoe. Okay? He is like totally just messing with everybody and whoever. And you know what? He can get to a point where he wants kids. And he wants a woman to settle down with. Okay? And the truth of the matter is, he could have done this when he turned into maybe 40s or 50s or whatever. You know? He changed. You don't see anybody talking trash to him. You know? So why is it that he's allowed to change and you're not? Okay? There you have guys out there who say, I don't want a woman with baggage. And that's their business. But then you meet this good woman who takes really good care of her child, and that you see that child, and you see how, you know, how educated that child is, how well behaved that child is, how strong that child is in so many ways, breaking all the stereotypes that there is out there. And then all of a sudden you change. It happens. Okay? So, ladies, you have absolutely nothing to feel bad about. And if a man and a family is something that you all of a sudden want, take it to prayer. Take it to prayer. If God can bless you with brains, career, finances, a house, trust me, He can send you a husband.